people at? Alright, we are live. Got the Lupez Fine polishing pad, giving us a true one-step polish. What's up, Humberto? Giving us a true one-step polish here. Got a Porsche 1989 Porsche 928S4. Got my Lupez pad here. Got my Uno Protect. And we're gonna go in. It's Friday, guys. Yes, it is. I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna give it a light polish. Speed 3. This paint feels really good. That's all I'm doing. That's all the polishing I'm going to be doing throughout the car. I'm not going in crazy. I'm not doing anything wild. That's pretty much all it needs. This car is super, it's pretty clean. Let me show you guys the interior. We just got done exfoliating all the leather. We still need to steam clean it, but it's looking pretty good so far. Got Sal over there working on the Sal's working on. What are you working on, Sal?
This carpet right with the threesome.
He's getting the threesome right. What's going on, Mary? Welcome back. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing a very, very light polish with Uno Protect. Uno Protect. Lupez. Uno Protect, Lupez polish, Uno Protect, and the yellow pad. Anybody else have issues with that? With the Lupez batteries on this guy? It's been doing it since day one, where it'll stop. It'll stop. It won't. Just the trigger won't engage the unit, and you just got to take it out, put it back in. I get that all the time. Yeah, so this Porsche is just getting the one step with Uno. We got the polisher here, and then let me set this up where you guys can see what's going on. What's happening, Henry? Happening. So, as you can see, I'm just going to go through really quickly. When I use Uno, I don't try to use Uno to take care of any type of correction. Uno is simply go in there, get it shiny, get it filled. Unless I've already hit it with the fine cut polish, I'm not going to go in with Uno with expectations of cutting. I'm going to go in, if I'm going purely with Uno, I know I'm going to get very, very little cut, if any, but I'm going to leave protection and I'm going to leave gloss. And that's what we're looking for here. The clients, the polish is actually going to be complementary, just because the rest of the car is going to look so good. So we want to make sure that this thing is looking nice and fresh. This pad is causing me problems. That's all. that was bent. I had it in my polishing bag, and something was pushing against it. Something was pushing against it, and it like kind of it'll go back because these have memory. But I'm just gonna set it here for now. Um, this other one is a little kind of the same thing, but it looks a little bit better. Got someone come over here. I think it's DoorDash, Amazon. Okay. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Go ahead, smash that like button, guys. Show us some love. Much better. And then with Uno Protect, if you guys have used Uno Protect, you guys already know that you're gonna leave it on for about 15-20 minutes, then remove it. So we're just going area by area. I do have my detailed division backing plate on here, so this is not the original backing plate. This allows it to be more free spinning, so when I hit edges it's not gonna stop. This thing here, they don't make them anymore. We broke the first one we had, but luckily James over at T4 over here in Manteca came through and hooked us up with this one here, because this thing is a lifesaver. Makes the job a lot easier. Already starting to see the gloss. What's we got in here? If you guys have any questions, also go ahead and throw them out there. We're happy to answer any questions if you guys have. It doesn't have to do with detailing. It doesn't have to do. It could be business related. It could be related to any type of detailing. Anything in the. I did just buy my first rotary today. Harbor Freight. Nice. Rotary. Rotary is definitely a tool that in my opinion, every detailer needs to work with. This year, Sal's probably going to pick up the rotary and get a little comfortable with it too. Rotary is great, especially if you're using, if you're polishing gel coats. I saw someone around here. So I was back here in the back seat of this little tiny car. And don't get us wrong, we love working on vintage cars. We love working on classic cars. But classic sports cars can be a little rough. Last week we were working on a 53, or a week and a half ago we were working on a 53 Chevy Bel Air. That's a bigger car. It's higher. But Sal's 6 foot, so you can imagine him trying to kneel down into a Porsche. That's usually when we when we hurt ourselves, is when we're working on these cars that are and it's not like we can bring a lift or anything with us. These vehicles, a lot of these vehicles don't leave the client's home. Franco, what's going on? D&D. What is happening? So just polishing out this Porsche. backstory on this Porsche is it came back from the shop getting some electrical work done, and came back and it was so beat up that the client reached out to me and needed to get it clean, needed to get it fixed up. So it was. He said it looked in worse condition than when he dropped it off. So they not only took his money, but they left him with the car looking pretty nasty. So he was actually recommended to me by a family friend. So this is not, this isn't a client that it was word of mouth, but like we always say, it's your presence, it's who you are, it's how you. Oh, look at Sal dropping some money. That's super thanks. But if you're not getting recommendations, you can get them through family members. Like this friend of the family is this gentleman's real estate agent. So he was looking for a detailer. Obviously, she's seen her car. They started talking about it. He was upset about the situation he was in with the vehicle. So she said, I have a great one, one of the best around. Let me give him a call. So she reached out to me and she said, hey, we're going to, my buddy's going to call you and take care of him. And I said, you know how we do it. And here we are. Came in, did the test spot, locked it in, good to go. Sal all the way. All right, so yeah, you guys want to see the interior? Let me show you guys the interior. This is what the interior is looking at right now. So it was really beat up. Sal's still working on the carpets, but the leather is all exfoliated. The doors, we still got to go through, do the steam, the finishers. So excited for this one. It's going to look really good. Get back to the polishing. Any questions, guys? Any questions you may have? So this is a Porsche 328 S4, 1989. And for those of you wondering, I can't wait to get my hands on. What's this? Oh, Franco, my man Franco. My man Franco. What you got? What's Franco asking, Sal?
Franco just sent $20, so it's our hard-earned money.
Damn, Franco, thank you, brother.
My man.
Thank you. Definitely appreciate it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you guys want on the super chat, if you guys have anything that you guys want us to answer, feel free to go ahead, throw that down there. What was that question, Sal? Looks like someone was on there. I have a mentor meeting in a little bit, but sure can't wait to get you guys as my mentors, being patient on getting started. Yes, Mary. Just keep watching, Mary. If as far as mentorship, let us know. We have the consulting line. We have, you can contact us through DM. We can even come out to see you. We go nationwide, mentor. If you're in California, that's definitely a lot easier for us. We can have you come to us. We can go to you. However you want, we can do it over the phone. But when it comes to mentorship, that's a very, very important piece of the puzzle. It's going to make your job easier. It's going to make you, you're basically going to cut through the line and learn so much more at such a fast pace. So the section here had a little bit of a tiny bit of calcium deposits. but we're not going to chase those down. They're still there. I'll probably do one more pass. But as you guys can see, the vehicle does have a decent amount of gloss. It looks like it was repainted. It definitely was repainted, actually. I'm not going to say it looks like it was. It was repainted. But they didn't do a bad job. Could have been leveled out a little bit more if you'd asked me. But I think for the average person, this paint will do. You can see the quality of the reflective quality. It's not like there's orange peel in it, but you know, it looks good. Oh, Illinois. D&D, yes sir, been busy. Not detailing. Is it not detailing? Video on headliners too. Yo, Joel, how do I? Video on headliners? Okay, we could definitely do a video on headliners.
We do have one though.
We have one.
You?
It's one of our most popular ones. It's actually one of our. Sorry, Humberto had to go load up on the polish. I should probably put this in my pocket. This is also, guys. This is one of the reasons why we have a lot of our uniforms have pockets, whether it's our shorts or our sweaters, because we just like to throw those in our pockets. Yeah, so this area with the water spots, I'm going to hit one more time. Again, I'm using Uno, so it doesn't have a lot of cut, so I'm just going to go over it real quickly. One more slow pass. Oh, it's still not, you know. Whatever detailer detailed this car, they didn't use spot-free water, and they're gone now. So I could have done two different methods there, guys, to remove the water spotting. First method is I can go over, do one more pass with the Uno, which I did, or I can do another method, which would be the second method would be to add a few drops, say 3 drops of Uno Protect, and then maybe a couple more drops of the fine polish, of the yellow Rupes polish. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me a little bit more cut, but I'm still going to have that nice refinement of that Uno and that protection left over when we're done polishing. So the biggest reason I'm using Uno here right now is to leave protection behind, add a little gloss, and get a little tiny bit of cut. There's not much cut that we need on this. The vehicle's not, it's not a show condition vehicle, but it is a nice vehicle. This vehicle is going to look it's going to turn some heads when we're done with it. What you got, Sal? We got Sal over here. All right, so I'm going to get some shots. See if you guys can see me in here. Oh, perfect. So when I do the hoods, this is a huge hood. So with this hood, I'm going to split it. I'm going to split this. So I've done the side pillar here, this little side section. I'm going to do that side section separately. So this middle section, big middle here, I'm going to split into 4. So I'm just going to do this one section here. Wait to get the new cordless joint. The 15-inch by Rupes. Everybody's complaining about the price on that, huh, Sal? I'm saying, oh, it's too expensive, It's not expensive when you're using it every day. Now I'm going to the second section. even with this paint here, even though I'm just doing a one step, if I wanted even more refinement, more cut, and I didn't want to have to switch out the polish, I can always step it up to the medium wool pad by Rupes, and that's going to give me a little bit more cut as well. And the medium wool pad leaves a little bit of marring, but on this color paint, it would be very difficult to see, especially for a client. Berkeley, California. Todo bien aquí. I don't speak Spanish. Oh, so you're talking to. Oh boy! We got a little Espanol chat going on. All right, you guys do your thing. If you guys have any questions, you let me know. Sal, you let me know if they have any questions. So Sal's actually going to do the correspondence for me as I'm polishing. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. But this thing is looking real nice. And then, of course, we're going to top this thing with Defender. So it's going to be pretty glossed out. So I did the 1 and the 2 sections. Now I'm going to do the 3 and the 4. And those calcium deposit spots have pretty much been eliminated. They were very, very light. I'll move you guys over one more time. Over there. So now I'm going to get in this section here. I'm going to do this section. I'm going to switch out my pad. What we got?
Frankel asked, I just recently mixed one spray of the last cut with one spray of the gold standard. Just have some fun with it. And it gave me a longer work time with a longer section. You guys ever mix polishes?
Yes. So Franco, we just talked about that with the Uno Protect and the Uno and the Rupes. So the Rupes Uno Protect and the Rupes Uno Fine Polish. I like the working time of Uno Protect. I don't like the working time of Uno Advanced, which has the ceramic in it. It's too oily. It's really hard to get off. It smears and it smudges a lot. It's hard to remove. You almost have to use like a detail spray afterwards. But then it says to leave on. Don't expose it to any. Don't get it wet for I think 12 hours or 24 hours. So for me it's a little difficult to use. And even with using 2 or 3, sometimes even 4 brand new towels, it's tough. So I stopped using the advanced. But I do like adding Uno Protect to things when I do want a little bit more working time or a little bit more lubrication. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to know what the products are doing so you're not counteracting any of their characteristics that they're providing.
And then my man Rick Smith.
What's up, Rick?
What is your favorite polish mixture for the best cut and finish in a one step? I know there's a lot of paint types, but just in general.
In general, I would say, so we're going to talk about it and we're going to exclude black paint. Because with black paint, it's hard to mix and get the right combo for a true correction. Um, so with black paint, you usually have to do a two-step in order to ensure that you're not all black paints, but for most. But if you have a car that's silver, a car that's maybe even like a medium, kind of like a bronze color. If you have a white vehicle, even if I would even say a maroon, huh, Sal, with the wool pad, like maroon, charcoal, any of those colors, anything that's lighter than a navy blue or a forest green, anything that's lighter on that spectrum. If you're looking for a one step, the best one step combo that I can give you is going to be the Rupes fine polish with Rupes medium wool pad. That for us is what we usually start all of our test spots with, and that usually takes care of about 90% of the jobs that we do. This job here, we're just doing a quick little, almost like a jeweling polish, but I want a little bit more cut in it, so I probably should be, for this hood, I'm probably gonna go back over, to be honest, with a couple dabs of the Rupes. Actually, let me go grab it now. Okay, so this is a combo here that you guys can use for a one step, and you could actually do this one with a black pad. I just cleaned off my pad. It's clean, but I hit a couple of the edges, so it's black around the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put only 2 of these guys because I don't need a lot of cut, and this isn't going to cut a ton anyway. And it's not going to really cause any marring because I'm using a really soft pad with a very fine polish. But I want to leave protection behind too. And I want some nice working time. Because the Rupes polishing compounds, these like the blue one and the yellow one, these can get gummy. This one tends to stay a little bit wetter for a little bit longer. So if I go over this really quickly, it's going to cut a little bit more, and it's going to refine really well. Here we go again with the battery. This gave me a lot more working time. I did the whole front half, and now I'm doing this top section. But I've extended working time right now, and I have increased the amount of cut. And I still don't have to worry about marring because I'm using a soft pad, and my abrasives aren't to the level where it's going to be cutting the paint and leaving anything behind. We got more questions, Sal?
Yeah.
Okay, see, that did it beautifully. I should have did this from the get-go.
My man Franco.
What's up, Franco?
Franco says, I got a customer I got to get back with to really tackle his tires. They're so caked up with dressing on top of dressing.
Ooh.
It's on their thick. Can a medium bristle drill brush help or hurt?
That can work. I would suggest,
I told him Solvenex work too.
yes, you can use Solvenex, you can use Stoner Tar and Sap Remover. Get that on there and let that stuff really work its way off. Let it really penetrate. We usually, when it's that bad, we go in there with the Kirk Franklins and we'll go in with Kirk Franklin's, and you're probably going to go through, if there's 4 tires and they're really bad, you'll probably need about 10 Kirk Franklin towels, but go in there with the Stoner tar and sap remover, spray that on a section, like maybe like a quarter of the tire at once, and then really rub that in, massage it in, let it break down, and then go in there with the clean towel and rub it off. But yeah, caked on over time, just compounded, it can be a pain to remove that stuff. But that's a very good question. Oops. Polish fell out.
My man, Rich Smith made a comment. He said, I always use McGuire's. About a year ago, I started adding the Rupes system, and I have been really happy.
Yes.
You won't be happier.
Yeah.
You won't find nothing better.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been telling people about the Rupes system for quite some time. There's people who, people get to have their brand loyalty, which I understand. But if we have brand loyalty towards certain things too, but that loyalty can easily put behind us if we find a process or something that's more profitable and something that works better and gives a better outcome, because ultimately that's what we're here to do, give the best outcome for our clients. So I was using McGuire's as well. I went from McGuire's to Adams to, then I used the Last Cut, which is a really good polish. If you guys aren't using the Last Cut, that's another good one. Jace Price out of Las Vegas. So if you're mobile, it's also formulated to work in direct sunlight. So that is a very low dusting, and it's a very good. I like the original one. He has a couple different ones, but I like the original one. That's a great one step. Probably the best true one step out there, I would say, in my opinion. And you could use that with any of your existing pads. It's pad reliant. So, just have to get this front forward.
Yeah, I can't be crazy with this carpet at all in here.
No, you can't be aggressive with it. All right. So we are getting some great progress now. You guys can see the gloss on there. Yeah, they're big. Yeah, so with that tire shine, that's from using all of the nasty solvent-based tire shines. That's why we use water-based. We do not want to have to deal with that. We used to use a thicker one, and on our fleet jobs we actually use the aerosol cans, and those get real nasty. But those ones also need a little bit more durability and longevity. We only do those once a month. So again, here guys, doing my little combo with the Uno Protect and the Rupes Fine. I might be able to get the same effect and the same result by using the Rupes Uno Protect with the wool pad, but the wool pad's a bit more abrasive, and then I'll probably have to go back and refine because that may leave a little bit of hazing. So I'm just doing the safe route. I already have the pad out. I already have the polish. It's not crazy. We're not looking for perfection on this car. So I'm just going to go So this is the other section, the other side of the hood. And just like that, that's the whole hood done, guys. So there's different levels of polishing. You know, the clients, he wants it looking nice, but also stay within a budget. So we're taking care of him. We're delivering good service, fast service, quality service at a price that's working for him and for us. We'll probably have this whole project done in how long, Sal? I'd probably say it's about a 3.5 hour job, you know, and we'll be out of here. It's not a ton of hard labor. You know, these are those type of details that we really enjoy. The car's been well taken care of. We're just coming in, doing the refinement, doing the finishers, and really getting this thing into shape. You know, there's some areas of neglect on the vehicle, but it's nothing that can't easily be reversed. So that's when, for us, that's fun because there's nothing that's just to the point of no return. Obviously, it has white carpeting in this car, but for the most part, the rest of the vehicle has been pretty well maintained. There's some nice little accessories on the vehicle that we can highlight and really showcase, you know, with our process. So that's what makes it really fun for us. When we know, oh, we're gonna make this look great because we're gonna apply this or we're gonna do this. So it keeps it fun for us. And this is how fast, guys, when you guys are doing a one step, you kind of want to keep time in consideration whenever you're doing a one step polishing system, because a lot of people say, oh, it's a one step, but then it turns into 10 passes or 8 passes. So at that point, you might as well be doing a 2-step, or you might as well be pulling out your rotary. You know, the fastest way to polish is rotary. Go through one time real quick with the rotary and then literally slap on a soft white pad with the finishing polish and just go over one time just to get rid of those tracks, and you're good. But a lot of people don't know how to use rotary. But in a situation like this, I'm not going to pull out rotary. I'm not going to pull out anything super coarse. I'm going to just pull out my refinement stuff. This is quick. This is easy. You guys saw how fast I did the hood. You know, even with water spot removal, it's always about technique, and it's about understanding what your chemicals are capable of doing. If you're bouncing around with all these different polishes, I used to do it. I would say, okay, well, this isn't working, so I need to switch out my polish. So I'd switch out my polish, and then it still wasn't working. So then what I would do, I'd say, okay, well, it wasn't my pad. I need to switch out my pad. So then I would switch out my pad. So now I have a new pad and a new polish. So now I have a whole nother equation that I kind of have to account for. And then you're kind of going off of that. You're pretty much shooting blindly, trying to find this perfect system to get your paint looking, you know, the best as you can for whatever, you know, whether it's a 1-step or 2-step or 3-step polish that you're trying to achieve. So knowing your chemicals, understanding it takes all the guesswork out. We no longer have to get. I could look at paint and say, okay, I'm going to start with this. I need this. I need this. Even without even having to gauge it, I can just say, okay, well, I already know the least aggressive is going to be white pad with fine polish, and that'll get the job done. And then if I need to go afterwards and refine, I can refine out even more with Rupes Uno or something that has fillers, so I'm not having to cut down additional. So it's very important that you find your system, stick to that system. You're going to learn the latitude of that system. You're going to know the boundaries of that system. You're going to know when and when not to use that system or what combination to use. And it's going to save you so much time and so much work on the back end. Because there's nothing more frustrating than how long would I take, Sal, when I was finding the right combo?
I don't know, but you would be grumpy.
Yeah, it would literally take me about an hour of the first hour of the polishing process to try to find that combo that was going to hit. And then I'd be able to start the car. Now it's maybe 10, 15 minutes, if that. Usually I do it like from the get-go. I'm like, okay, cool, that worked, let's go. You know, instead of having to guess and check and play that game.
Man, Rick Smith says, if you can make Porsche paint and Tesla paint look good, you can do anything.
That's right. That's right. And that's when you test yourself. You know, like Porsche paint is really hard to work with. Tesla paint's really hard to work with. The more that I've worked with them, the more I have an understanding of them. And again, understanding your products, you're not putting any more guesswork into the time of your work. You're able to put that energy and that focus where it needs to go into your client's, you know, onto your client's vehicle. And that's why when we hear people say, oh, unless you're doing high level, you know what I mean, restoration work, like, you know, like the guys that have their specialties, you know, like Keith's Touch, Shine Doctor, unless you're doing full leveling, polishing, sanding, you know, orange peel reduction. If you're not doing work like that and you're doing most of the type of work that we're doing, our style of work and our type of work, our level of work, you shouldn't be wasting a lot of time testing stuff. You should be going right into it, getting it done, getting good quality results, and really spending the time that you would be guessing on really accentuating the parts of the car to make it really look the best and really stand out and showcase it to the best of its abilities. It's a time saver, guys. All right. So this whole side of the car is done. And I did that as I was talking to you guys. All right, I'm gonna go around to this other side. Can I go around you real quick, Sal? Oh, Sal's over here. Sal's over here scrubbing. Let's see what Sal's working on. See, Sal's getting in there. It's looking good. It's looking good. And then we have the, these are the original mats from 1989. So we're working on those. Those only have Terminator on them. They haven't gotten the other 2 steps. So here we are, back of this side here. See, all this trim we're gonna touch up too, get it all nice and dark for them. It's a little faded out. It looks like the other detailer that was working on it hit it with some heavy alkaline. Okay, what we got, man? Renee Aguilar, what's going on? Okay, Espanol, some more Espanol.
Humberto, can you translate?
I know Humberto. Humberto got everybody in Spanish. Get the translation, Humberto. Help us out, brother. Help us out, my man. And you might see me and say, oh, you're a little reckless, you're not taping off. Or I'm not going anywhere near this trim. Like, the vehicle doesn't have anything. There's no imperfections deep enough in this car to where they're going to be visible anywhere, let alone close to the edges. I'm using a foam pad, so if I do accidentally hit, which I have a couple times, that's why I have this dark ring around here. But for the most part, I'm not going in there crazy. I'm not, you know. And one-step polish, so you guys have an idea for one-step polish, and you know, pretty much this. If I wasn't on a live with you guys, we're probably looking at about a 15-minute job just for the polishing. And you can see I'm moving, and that's with a little 3-inch. So I would consider this more of a cleaner wax type of job, because the polish is cleaning up, you know, and it's hiding some of the imperfections. It is doing some correction, but very little. But for the most part, we're giving the client what he's looking for. So I'm not chasing any imperfections. If there's any deep scratches in the surface, I'm not chasing those. The client is aware of that. You know, we are just going through, getting it shiny. I am getting some removal, so we removed all the calcium deposits from the hood, and it's looking nice. Anybody would be happy with this level of clarity in their paint. As far as a paint job, that's another story. Okay, at the beginning, I was afraid to use a machine, but decided to try on my car. That's how I started. Yeah, it can be intimidating, you know, especially when you start getting into rotary. When you start polishing, you know, it's new. You're in a new, you know, it's a whole new discipline. You know, you have to be patient. You have to do your research, I always say, and the only thing that's going to get you better at polishing is polishing. You could have all the process in the world, you could have all the training in the world, but the only thing that's going to get you better is by you doing it, by practice. I've had my share of mistakes that I've made, you know, detailing and polishing, but that's part of learning. It's going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen to anybody's vehicle that, you know, that's paying for your service. You know, you want to test those things out on test panels or on your vehicles, but you know, there's a lot of risk involved when you start using any kind of power tools, any kind of machines. I always tell folks. Looking good, bro. Definitely. Oh yeah. This is a beautiful car. So again, guys, if you just tuned in, if you're on, I'm using a combination of the Rupes Fine Polish with the Rupes Uno Protect to give me a one-step, along with the Rupes 3-inch and the Rupes Fine Pad. What this is doing is it's giving me a little bit of cut, because this vehicle doesn't have a lot of imperfection, giving me a little bit of cut. It's going to leave protection. I'm going to have a good amount of working time, so I'll be able to do a full panel, and then it's going to leave me an incredible gloss, because that Protect has a nice sealant in it. And then once that's sealed up, once that's sat for about 30 minutes, at the very end, we're going to hit it with some Defender to really get a nice gloss on it. So I'm putting, right now I have 4 dabs of the 4 and 4. So 4 larger pea-sized drops of the Protect, the Uno Protect, and then I have 4 smaller drops of the Rupes Fine. it for the whole car. So that was the one step. Okay, at this pillar. So that's a one-step polish, guys. Pretty easy stuff. That's how smooth you guys want your one-step polishes to go. You know, and whether this is outside, whether this is in our studio, whether it's a truck, a car, we try to find, for our one steps, we try to find something that's going to refine and something that's going to increase the gloss and enhance the paint all in one. So there's going to be some polishes that just straight up cover, you know, something like HD, you know, like the HD, what is it called now? I don't think it's called HD Speed anymore. They changed it. But the 3D Speed, yeah, I think they took the HD off. So like 3D Speed, something like that is going to just have a bunch of fillers in it. You are going to get good results, but over time, that's all going to wash out, and all those fillers are going to start to come out, and you will see, you know, all the imperfections that were masked. But if you're using it with a more abrasive pad, you can get more cut out of it. So when people say, "Oh, well, that doesn't have any cut," it doesn't have any cut. Pretty much all of them, unless it's a true wax. If it's a polish, it's going to have some sort of abrasive in it. You can increase that amount of abrasiveness by using a pad that has a little bit more cut along with it. If you pair it with something lighter, it's obviously going to give you more finishing qualities. But if you want more cut in any of your one steps, you can go up to a wool pad, you can go up to a coarse foam pad, but you may encounter marring. But that's going to get into a whole nother spectrum of polishing and understanding, because you can actually cause marring on the paint with a polish if the pad is more abrasive than the polish itself. Does that make any sense? So the polish is doing the polish part, but your abrasive on the pad is actually causing more damage than that polish is fixing. All right. Okay. Maybe it's DB36 that just doesn't play well with others. But I put the fender on it yesterday and it streaked like crazy. DB36. What is that? What's DB36? I'm not sure what DB36 is. Sal over there busting a great, breathing hard. He is breathing hard. Sal's over here. He is breathing hard. He's getting all the upholstery done. He's getting down on that upholstery. After I'm done wiping this, I'll show you guys what the interior looks like. Because the interior was pretty beat. We still have steam and finishers to do. But this paint is looking a whole lot cleaner. All right. You guys
Terminator took everything off this, man.
Yeah, I know the Terminator got down on that. All right, guys. So let's see. So all of this is all been cleaned up. Look how clean that looks. Looks nice and fresh. Oh, diamond body. Okay. This is original upholstery, 1989, guys. Sal's been working on this for a while. And this has no finishers or anything on it, guys. This is just straight. There's no dressings. There's nothing on it. This is just the straight, clean materials. These areas are still wet, so they're not, you know, as they dry up, they're obviously going to look a little bit cleaner. Same thing here. It's wet. When it cleans up, it's going to dry. dry a lot nicer. And of course, you have some areas here where there's just, there's damage. It's 1989, 63,000 miles, but definitely not bad. Where the keys at, Sal? Oh, right. So driver side, obviously, there's a little bit more wear on the driver's side, but it looks good. It's looking good. Any tip for detailing with mold in the carpet? Oh, so I'll tell you this right now, guys. Mold is one of the few things that we do not like doing. And mold is one of the things we took off of our services last year. And look how clean this is, guys. This thing is fresh back here. This thing came out fresh back here. I'm pretty proud of this one. We still got to do the door jams. We still got to, there's some stuff we got to do still. But for the most part, we probably got another hour on the finishers in here. Steam and finishers. And I think we're going to be good to go. So, Renee, you got to use an enzyme treatment. That's number one. Number two, you need whatever area to air out as much as possible. So if you can get it to an area where it's dry, get everything dried out first. You need to use compressed air to remove. You're going to need compressed air to remove stuff. You're going to have to wear PPE because you're going to have airborne bacteria, mold, and who knows what else that you could come into contact with. But the mold, you have to steam out also. You want to stay away from the moisture. So when you are using the enzyme treatments, you really want to work it in. You don't want to saturate, because you're saturating mold that already has mold growth on it. All it's going to do is accelerate it. And another reason I said you want to be in a dry temperature or climate is because if you're within that danger zone where mold grows rapidly, that temperature range, you're only making the job harder on yourself. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are on, please hit that like button, hit that little thumbs up for us. That lets us know that you guys enjoy these. You guys value the information that we're giving you. Thank you for everybody who has sent a super chat. Very much appreciated, Franco. That helps the channel. That helps us give you guys more information. That helps us with everything. And we'll make sure to give you guys a shout out on our next already canceled. Be ready for that, because already canceled coming up. Probably, I think we're gonna shoot it next week. So hopefully, yeah, we could probably shoot it Monday. Hopefully, have it out by Monday. But you want to say goodbye to the folks, Sal?
Everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, look what Sal's doing over here, my man, putting in the work. Original 1989 carpets. Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. 1989 original. No extractor. We haven't even steamed them yet. That's crazy. 1989. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. I will check you guys a little bit later. Thank you guys for tuning in again. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.